Shalom Yisrael. I want to read this book specifically to the elect. This book of Ecclesiastes is a book that's written specifically to those who are called out of the world. It's a specific book written to a specific people. Not everybody. It's only written to the Ekklesia. Now, in order to understand this, you have to understand what the word Ekklesia means to understand the book of Ecclesiastes. So let's find out what this word Ekklesia means. The word Ekklesia, it means an assembly, a religious congregation, an assembly, congregation, church, the church. Ecclesia means the church, the whole body of Christian believers. Ekklesia, from ek, which means out from, see? Out from, and to. So out from someplace going to somewhere else. That is who the Ekklesia is. Properly, people called out from the world and to God. You see that? So Ecclesiastes is not written to everybody. It's only written to the people that are called out from the world and to God. The outcome being the church, the mystical body of Christ. You see that? I.e., the universal total body of believers whom God calls out from the world and into his eternal kingdom. You see that? That's called being translated. The English word church comes from the Greek word kriakos, belonging to God, or church is the root of the terms ecclesiology and ecclesiastical. You see? The called out ones. That is who this book is written to. Not everybody. So everybody's not going to resonate with this book. That's why the world doesn't. Don't you understand it? The world cannot resonate with what you're about to hear because they chase after things of this world. But what did Yahushua tell you? He said, you are not of this world, for if you were of this world, the world would love you. But because you are not of the world hated you. You are not of the world because I have chosen you out of it. So the Ekklesia are those who are chosen by who? Yahushua. You see? He's chosen those out of the world. And when they're chosen out of the world, they are translated into his eternal kingdom. That's what you just read. So we are in the kingdom now, in the book of life, no longer in death anymore. We are living soul having beings, actual alive. That is what's actually happening, guys. That is why you're seeing everybody, oh my God, these reptilians and people's eyes shape-shifting and they're Nephilim around and they're fake humans around. And I'm starting to see it for what it is. That's why, because you are in the kingdom now. They are not. They are children of the world. You are not. So they are not going to understand these words, but you will. Let's see what it says. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. So these are the words of Solomon, the king in Jerusalem, the son of David. See? Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities. All is vanity. Now, he's saying this to those who are called out of the world. He's reminding you that everything of the world is vanity. Do you see now the crystal clarity of it? You see? When before this was just a book you used to just skip over when you read the Bible? Because you were not the one that was called out. This is only to those who are called out of the world, who are not able to gain anything in this world. He's going to remind you of why, so that you don't get caught up in your feelings about why you don't have anything. That's the way it's supposed to be. I told you, if you want to be ready to go home, I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you want to pack and be ready to go home, then you will be fully unpacked. That means you're ready. You will be fully unpacked from the world. That means you're ready to go. You see? What profit hath a man of all his labor which he taketh under the sun? See how he's talking to you? He says, what profit did you get from all that work you were doing? All those years you put in? What profit did you get from it? One generation passes away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. So people come in and they go, and you watching it happen. The sun also ariseth, the sun goes down, and hastes to his place where he arose. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about to the north, and it whirleth about continually. And the wind returneth again according to his circuits. And all the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. All things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, see, nor the ear filled with hearing. The thing that has been, it is that which shall be. So whatever's already been is going to be again. There's nothing new. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So don't be chasing after the things of the world that they are telling you are new. He's telling you that they are not. He's only speaking to the called out ones. That's why it only makes sense to them. What he's saying, it only resonates with them. You see why now? There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So while you're out there trying to build up your name, trying to build a great name in this world and do something that make yourself into something, he says it's just going to pass away. So why are you putting all your energy into doing that? That's what he's saying. You of the world, because you're called out of the world. So why are you even trying to build anything in it? Don't. You see? Watch what he says. I, the preacher, I'm the one that's talking, he says, Solomon, was king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and search out wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. He says, I did this for your sakes, in other words. He says, I was king. So if you guys want to know how to be great in the world, you want to feel like you want to be great, I'm going to tell you what it feels like. So you don't have to go and do it. So don't you get caught up in the world. That's what he's saying. You see? He says, this sore travail hath God given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. See, not everybody, the sons of man. I told you that in my last video, what that means. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. He says, I've done it all. So don't you go out there running trying to do it. I'm your king telling you that I've done it all. And it's a waste. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. So I told you, there are wicked ass people in the earth. See how he's calling out to the ones that are called out of the world? He's saying there are people in the world that are crooked. You got to accept that shit. You can't make them straight. You got to accept that about them. And that which is wanting cannot be numbered. There's always something lacking in the world. There's always something crooked in the world. So come out of the world. I commune with my heart, saying, lo, I am come to great estate. See? And have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yeah, my heart had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. See? So he says, I did it all. He's saying it again. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. He said, I wanted to even know what it was like to be crazy and stupid. I perceived that this also is vexation of spirit. Even being stupid and just done with life is also waste. So even when you're living wise and doing all this stuff, it's waste. Even when you're living with folly and shit, it's still waste. It's all vanity in the world. It only matters. He's going to tell you in the end what matters. For in much wisdom is much grief. Look! For all of y'all who talking about brother wisdom and I got all this wisdom, you got much grief to go along with it, nigga? And he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. You see why I said that in my other video back before? Niggas don't tell you that part. Y'all searching of all this wisdom of the world, trying to figure out everything in the world, all the sciences, all the shit of the world. You're going to get much grief and sorrow doing that. But he's only talking to the Ekklesia. You see? I said in mine heart, go to now, I will prove thee with mirth. That means laughter. Therefore enjoy pleasure. And behold, this also is vanity. He says, enjoy pleasure. That means like you niggas want to do. Going on vacations, drinking mimosas and pina coladas and shit under a umbrella, sitting on a beach and shit with blue ass water and shit. Seagulls flying over your head and shit, dodging shit and all this other shit. Y'all niggas think that's living it up. He says, that's vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of mirth, what doeth it? He said all that laughing and shit, trying to sit around smacking each other in the back, laughing at parties and shit. He said that shit is stupid. I sought in mine heart to give myself unto wine. He said, well, let me try this out and see how this works. Yet acquainting mine heart with wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the sons of men. See, he's trying everything. That's what Abba created him to do. He said, I'm going to give you all wisdom of everything, so that you can tell the sons of men. That's what he did. Which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life. See, he said, I'm going to do everything you think you can try to do. Okay? I made me great works. I builded me houses. How many houses have you niggas built? He said, I built houses. I planted me vineyards. How many vineyards have you planted? He said vineyards, houses, great works. Okay, you never heard of the Hanging Gardens? You never heard of Solomon's temple? Huh! I made me gardens and orchards, and I planted trees in them of all kinds of fruit. Look! How many do you have? I made me pools of water to water therewith the wood that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens, all that shit you niggas want in the world, see? And had servants born in my house. Also, I had great possessions of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem before me. See? I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasure of kings and of the provinces. I gat men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men as musical instruments, and that of all sorts. He said, man, I was doing it all. So I was great, see, and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem, and all my wisdom remained with me. And whatsoever mine eyes desired, I kept not from them. So how many of you niggas got it like that? Where whatever your heart desire, your eyes see you want, you can just have. Solomon said he had it like that, and it was a waste of time. So why are you niggas killing yourself? Chasing after it today. Come out of her, my people. Be Ekklesia today. So that these words will verify that there is nothing out there for you. It's verifying it to you right now. King Solomon is telling you. And I turned myself, and I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on that labor that I had labored to do. And behold, all was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun. There was no profit in it, Israel. There is no profit in the world. And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do that cometh after the king? See? He says, what can you do more than what I did, nigga? I'm telling you right now, it's a waste of your goddamn time. You're not even going to get to my level anyway. So why are you trying? Even that which hath been already done. I already did what you trying to do, nigga. I already did that shit. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly. Wisdom is better than folly. As far as light excelleth darkness. Light is better than darkness, ain't it? Put a baby in a room and turn the lights off and close the door and see if they don't ask to have the light on. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. He can't see shit. And I myself perceived also that one event happeneth to them all. Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even to me. And why was I then more wise? Then I said in my heart that this also is vanity. You see, world is vanity, man. For there is no remembrance of the wise more than of the fool. Ain't that the truth? Y'all niggas talk about Solomon, you also talk about Lil Boosie on the same level. Foolishness. Forever. Seeing that which now is in the days to come shall all be forgotten. See? And how dieth the wise man? As the fool. They both die the same way. So then, look, guys, you see? It's all a waste of your time trying to get all this shit of the world, trying to get all the knowledge of the world, everything in the world. You're chasing after that. Went the wrong way. You see? Y'all can laugh at me about living in a bando and being all cut off by society, off to myself by myself. Y'all can get all laughing all you want about that shit. You can laugh about me not having no money. You can laugh about me not having no degrees. You can laugh about me not having no reputation. You can laugh at me not having no grand events. You can laugh at me not having no parties. You can laugh at me for all that shit because it's all vanity. I am Ekklesia, nigga. I don't know what you are. Let's see. And who knoweth whether he shall be a wise man or a fool? Yet shall he have rule over all my labor wherein I have labored, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This also is vanity. Oh, let me go back. He says, yes, I hated all my labor, which I have taken under the sun. He said he hated it. He rejected it all. See? Because I should leave it unto the man that shall be after me. He says all this is going to fall into another nigga's hands, and I don't know if he's going to be wise or a fool. He may squander what I left. Did the temple get torn down? Yep. See how it was a vanity that he built it? Wow. That is profound if you understand what I just said. Solomon built that temple. Was it destroyed? Yes. So then it was vanity. And that's what he's saying. And great evil. You see? Let's get ahead a little bit. For all his days are sorrow. Look, for what man hath of all his labor and of the vexation of his heart, wherein he hath labored under the sun. Look at your granddaddy. How he looking? Is he broke the fuck down? Is he living off social security checks and shit? Can't half-ass get to the bathroom on time? What profit was all the labor he did? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. Yeah, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is vanity. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. This also I saw that it was from the hand of God. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? He says, you can't do more than what I've done. You can't. For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. So Abba Yah gives wisdom and knowledge to who? The man that is good in Abba Yah's sight. See? That's how you get wisdom, knowledge, and joy. But to the sinner, what are he going to get? He giveth travail, to gather and to heap up, that he might give to him that is good before God. So all of you wicked that got all the treasures right now, you just stacked it up for me. Thank you. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. See? You see? Now let's see. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born. Is this true? Yes, y'all all got a birth date. And a time to die. Everybody got a death date. See? A time to plant. You plant a seed, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. It grows into a fruit, and you get to harvest the fruit. See? These are truths. A time to kill, like I said on my last video, and a time to heal. See? So Israel went through a whole lot of shit, and they are going through spiritual warfare to kill their enemies, and then after that, they're going to heal from that. They're going to come into a time of healing. See? A time to break down. See? We're breaking down all your fucking lies. And a time to build up, and building up the truth in its place. See? A time to weep. You see that? And a time to laugh. It's a time for everything. It's not always time to be fucking laughing, Israel. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. Everybody got his everything got its time. A time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. War. A time to get, and a time to lose. America. A time to keep wheat and the tares, and a time to cast away. Separation of the wheat and the tares. Marriages, divorces. To be exercised in it. man, the Ekklesia. Silawam Yisraelah.